What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to the Full 90. Today, it is time for the Week 24 Premier League predictions, and I want to give a quick shout out to Dupe MCFC for leaving his comment and his predictions on the previous video. He absolutely smashed it with Aston Villa to win, the correct 1-1 draw between Burnley and Brighton, and a few other results as well. So massive shout out to you. If you want your chance to be featured in the next episode of the Premier League predictions, then please do drop your predictions down in the comments below. I also want to give a massive shout out to the guys over at OneFootball for sponsoring this video. Now, if you don't know what OneFootball is, it is a free app available on iOS and Android, and it's got basically everything that you could possibly want when it comes to football, whether that's live score updates, transfer rumours and news, injury updates. It's got all your favourite leagues on there, your favourite teams, so you can follow everything that you need to know when it comes to football, so you can stay informed and always keep up to date. It's got a really clean and easy to use interface, and of course it is free. So if you download OneFootball using the link in the description, it will help support me and the channel and keep these videos going. So massive thank you to OneFootball for sponsoring this video. Now, let's get on to the Week 24 Premier League predictions. If we take a little look back at Week 23, it wasn't terrible. You know, I correctly predicted Manchester City to beat Liverpool, not quite in the manner in which they did. When I first looked at it, I thought 3-1 to City, but then I thought, you know what, let's backtrack a bit. But it actually ended up being very much like that game. We got the 1-1 draw between Burnley and Brighton, which I thought was pretty cool. Chelsea to win and under 4.5 goals, as well as both teams to score in the Newcastle and Southampton game. So some decent picks, but hopefully we can do better in the Week 24, as well as there are also two of the postponed fixtures from Week 16 and 17 to be played essentially within the same time frame of this game week, so we're going to be covering those quickly too. So first up, we have Leicester up against Liverpool. Now this one is a very, very difficult one to predict. Leicester are in, but you know, they're in all right form. They're not doing too badly. I think they actually are ahead of Liverpool in the league table at the moment. And Liverpool, they've come off of another loss at Anfield. This one was the most expected of all of them, but 3 losses at Anfield in the past month or so. It doesn't look particularly good for them, but I think they are weirdly going to bounce back here. You know, it's quite a big claim actually with the way that Liverpool have been playing to say that they're going to win away at Leicester. But something's telling me that I think they're going to do it. So I'm going to go for a 2-1 away win to Liverpool. And my tip at the value here, I couldn't look away from it. I'm going to go for a Liverpool win for the tip at 2.0. Now, next up, it is Crystal Palace up against Burnley. I think this is going to be a boring game, a low-scoring game, perhaps quite a physical game. I'm going to go for the Burnley Classic. I'm going to go for a 1-0 away win to Burnley, and my tip is going to be under 2.5 goals at 1.61. I'm very hesitant to tip under in the goal market. It seems quite negative, particularly in the 2.5 goal market. That really suggests a very low scoring, boring game. But we're going to go for under 2.5 goals here. Now, next up, we have Manchester City up against Tottenham. I think Man City are going to win this one fairly comfortably. I think Tottenham, with the players that they've got, Son Heung-min, Harry Kane, I think they're going to score a goal, and it wouldn't surprise me if it's both of them. But I think Manchester City are going to still win this one convincingly, 3-1, and my tip is going to be Man City to win and both teams to score at 3.0. I can see this game being very similar to the City-Liverpool game. Now, next up, it is Brighton up against Aston Villa, and I'm not really sure which way to go with this one. Aston Villa coming off of a great win against Arsenal, and Brighton coming off of a hard-fought draw with Burnley. Now, I don't know how to separate these two teams. I'm not going to lie. Aston Villa's defence has been pretty damn good lately, so I'm going to keep it fairly low scoring. I think Brighton at home will be able to get on the score sheet, so I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw, and my tip is going to be both teams to score at 1.61. Now, next up, we have another difficult fixture to predict, in my opinion. It is Southampton up against Wolves, and with both of these teams, you never know which team is going to turn up, quite literally, and even then, in terms of how well the players they do have play. You know, there's so many injuries, there's absentees in both of these teams. Both of them on their day have the capability to be very, very good. So I don't know which way this one's going to go. If anyone can predict the correct result here, I mean, bravo to you. So I'm going to go for a safe 1-1 draw, and my tip is going to be draw at 3.25. Now, the next fixture, it is West Brom up against Manchester United. Man United, they threw it. They threw it away against Everton right at the death. 3-3 in a very exciting game, and West Brom, the woes continue. Although they only lost 2-0 to Tottenham, they didn't really look like getting anything from that game anyway, and West Brom look in a lot of trouble. So I'm going to go for a 4-0 win to Manchester United, and my tip is going to be Man United win and over 2.5 goals at 1.83. Now, the next one is a very interesting fixture. It's Arsenal up against Leeds. Leeds are on decent form. Arsenal, they had a disappointing result against Aston Villa, but at home they haven't lost for a couple of months, and I do think at the Emirates I can see them bouncing back. You know, I think Arsenal beat Leeds the last time they played. I think I'm going to go for an Arsenal win 2-1 to Arsenal, and then the tip will be Arsenal to win at 1.8. It's decent value because I can see where the critics come in and say perhaps Arsenal don't have what it takes to win this game, but I'm going to back them and I'm going to go for a 2-1. Now, next up, it is Everton up against Fulham. Everton just coming off the back of a fantastic FA Cup result against Tottenham, 5-4 after extra time. I think Everton will be far too strong for Fulham, even though they might be slightly fatigued. I can see Everton winning this in a much calmer, more convincing, collected 2-0 win, and my tip is simply going to be, once again, Everton to win at 1.72. Now, after that, we have West Ham up against Sheffield United, and I think this is going to be more misery for the Blades. I don't see West Ham losing this one, so my score prediction is going to be 2-0 to West Ham, but my tip is very, very safe. West Ham double chance and under 3.5 goals at 1.53, just to allow for a weird 0-0 or a 1-1 or something like that. I still think West Ham will win, and I don't think they'll lose, and I don't think there'll be too many goals in it because Sheffield United can be quite resolute and difficult to break down. So I'm going to go for another 2-0 win. Now, next up, it is Chelsea up against Newcastle. Chelsea high-flying under Thomas Tuchel. They look like they might actually sneak into the top 4 very, very soon. Thomas Tuchel actually unbeaten as manager, and I believe they've only conceded 1 goal that was actually an own goal in all the matches he's been manager. So it's looking very good for them. I'm going to go for a convincing win to Chelsea here, 3-0. Newcastle had a brilliant result against Southampton, but Chelsea at Stamford Bridge is a much more difficult task. I'm going to go 3-0 to Chelsea, and my tip, maybe it'll be low scoring, but my tip is going to be Chelsea half-time, Chelsea full-time at 1.8, because Chelsea have been scoring in the first half and being up at half-time quite a few times lately, and I can see them doing it again, just overpowering and surprising Newcastle from the beginning. Now, next up, we have a couple of the postponed fixtures. Burnley up against Fulham, and I went for a 1-0 win to Burnley against Palace. I'm going to go for the same exact scoreline at Turf Moor. Burnley 1, Fulham 0. Now, this could easily be a draw, a 0-0, or a 1-1. So my tip is going to be Burnley double chance and under 3.5 goals at 1.7. Do I see 4 or more goals going in this fixture? I don't. Do I see Burnley losing this fixture? I don't. Therefore, that tip was born. Now, the final fixture, it is Everton up against Manchester City. And again, I went for 3-1 to Man City against Tottenham. I'm going to go for 3-1 to Man City against Everton. I can see them beating Everton here, even though Everton had a fantastic result in the FA Cup, as I said, and I do predict that Everton will beat Fulham. I think Man City are just too good. They're on an unstoppable run of form, but Everton are a team that are good enough to put one past a very strong Manchester City defence. So my tip is fairly safe in case it's just a little 2-0. Man City to win and over 1.5 goals at 1.75. So that is going to do it for my Week 24 Premier League predictions. If you did enjoy it, please do drop a like on it and leave your comments down below with your predictions for a chance to be featured in the next episode. Massive shout out to OneFootball, as I said, for sponsoring this video and keeping the channel going. That's going to do it from me. Leave a like, subscribe so you don't miss any future videos, and I will see you in the next one very soon.